and we will build up to Chelsea v Spurs, the Sports Bar Derby, El Crapico, as we're labelling it. Just on that, Jace, quickly, before we go back to the Shed 11. Yeah. I mean, I know this game's tomorrow, and you're going there. You're going to be coming in the studio afterwards. Yeah. It's a bad game, isn't it? At the moment. I mean, it's a great game, but where we're both at. You're still fighting for Champions League. Yeah, I know, but I just. We're fighting to get 8th. Yeah. I just feel like we've had the stuffing took out of us a little bit. I don't know. Well, the problem we've got some hard fixtures. Have you? We've got Man City and Liverpool. But here's the thing, right? Even though both sides are decimated with injuries, both managers cannot afford really to lose this, right? Can you imagine? Well, Ange can. I don't know whether he can, mate. He can. Mate, I don't know whether he can get beaten home and away first season by Chelsea. That don't look good. Right? And they're on a little bit. Spurs have hit the buffers, right? And he's got to try and find a way. Imagine if Poch loses at home to Spurs. That ain't going to go down well with the Chelsea fans either. No, he can't afford to lose. Do you know what I mean? You've been shambolic this season. Yeah, I know, but there's been a mitigating circumstances. But it feels like that whoever loses, be one of those. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Twice against Chelsea. Is everyone fit? Who's fit for you? Well, everyone's injured, mate. You have got a lot of injuries. Everyone's injured. Yeah. You've got Nicholas Jackson playing up front. He's up front. Oh, we'll be right then. Scored that trick against you lot last time. It did. Yeah, we had 9 players on the pitch. Oh, get the violin out. Yeah, stop booting everyone around the... We've defended on the halfway line. There you go. Honestly, start. Do you know what, Dom? I tell you what, Dom's sharp there. Dom is sharp. Dom's sharp. He's sharp. He's not as sharp as Harry Al. So I'm at Stamford Bridge and then jumping on the back of a bike. Win, lose or draw. You're going to show face. I'll be in here. I'll be in here, Jay. Can't we just get cold? Like if you win, I'll just call it off. I think we might lock the doors. You get stuck in traffic. Yeah, I hope you get. I'll just lock the doors. Do the show on your own. I'll just do it on my own. Just take calls. Dom. Me and Dom. Bit great show. You're in the step ladder on fly mode. You can have your say on that, Chelsea. Spurs fans, how you feeling building up to that game? Spurs fans, obviously, off the back of some bad results, really. Newcastle and then Arsenal. This is a game, really, that we need to try and win. What does he do? Does he change? Do you think... Here's a question for you. Do you think Ange needs to change his ways and adapt? Yes. I don't expect him to do it tomorrow. I'll be surprised if he does. But going forward, yes. Okay. I think he needs to. You've got to adapt in the Premier League. You're playing against different types of opposition every week. Right, ahead of Chelsea v Tottenham, live on talkSPORT tomorrow, let's hear from Spurs manager Ange Postecoglou, who's asked whether he sees Tottenham's poor defensive record at set pieces as a problem.
I think I've answered this question, and I don't think it satisfies people, but no, I don't see it as an issue. It's something we work on along with everything else in our game. There are far more important things we need to concentrate on at the moment in terms of the team we're building. But I think people want to believe that football is, and it can be, very prescriptive. You know, you got an illness, here's the tablet, and you feel better. But I've never believed that. You know, I've always been about trying to create an environment, style of football and a squad that can win things. And I've never done it through a prescriptive manner, and I certainly won't be doing it now.
I don't know what he's kind of get. Look, I don't really know what he's trying to say, but he's basically saying that I don't care about the set-piece situation. But it is a huge problem and an Achilles heel for us. I understand he's trying to build a philosophy and a team, right, that plays good football. Right, I get that. And he's got that, right, because we have been entertaining. But if there's a problem, Jace, and it keeps being a problem, surely as a manager at the highest level, you need to address it. Yeah, and Vicario has come under for some real scrutiny, hasn't he? Everton were the first I can remember taking advantage of that, where they crowded around him. Do you remember that game? Yes. I think it was 2-2 at the end. I seem to remember that Dwight McNeil was on the goalkeeper, and he just... Anyway, they scored from that corner. And people now have realised and recognised that actually he is a little bit of a weakness. We saw Ben White do something similar. Yeah. Getting in, if the delivery's good and you get ahead on it, chances are he ain't going to be able to get near it because that body's around. So he's got to learn to protect that. He's got to do something different. Yeah. I feel that you are naive if you feel that set pieces aren't a huge part of the game. In fact, that there's a massive amount of percentages goals scored from set pieces. Huge one. I remember when I used to play against Wimbledon, right? The crazy game, right? Yeah.
some of their season, I wouldn't say hinged on that, but they would put hours and hours on the training ground. You can tell. Their set pieces, they bring the big boys up. You've got Fasher, you've got Sanchez, you've got the big boys, Eric Young coming from the back. Let me tell you, they were big boys, and they set pieces. If they get the delivery right, you try and defend against that. That was hard. Yeah. And a lot of teams' season can depend on. And because the margins are so tight, they're so minute, if you can get an advantage on any set piece, look at Arsenal. Look at the reason they won it is because they're set pieces. And Højbjerg gets caught in a situation.
Well, it's like, look, good teams, it's hard to break down in open play. We know that. You see it all the time.
Yeah.
Set pieces can unlock it.
Absolutely.
And if you've got to get it right, but in both ends.
Completely in both ends. Offensive and defensively, they are a huge part of the modern game. Massive.
Yeah.
So to kind of dismiss it and saying, I'm not going to spend too much time, there's more important things. I've got to tell you, every time there's a set piece, if your team starts to feel vulnerable, and you know what it's like, you start thinking, God, another set piece here. And tomorrow night, mark my words, if there is a corner, you know Spurs fans will be feeling, come on, lads, come on, we've got to better deal with it better than we did against Arsenal.
Yeah, it's become a problem. It really has.
We'll see.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.